my coach already must hate my guts. I'm
Right.
like, how could you have the audacity to do that?
It is obscene behavior.
Oh,
Now, at least like you were the first
crazy.
overall pick, superstar, so the coach was probably laughing.
Yeah.
But I recall, and this wasn't bad. It was innocent in nature. But my grandfather lived in Flint, like just outside of Flint, Michigan, my whole life.
Yeah.
So when I went to play against Plymouth, he's an American, doesn't know hockey, didn't know sports. So I didn't see him before the game, of course, left tickets or whatever, and I'm in warm-up. And he's massive guy, 6'5", 6'6", over the boards, waving at me, calling me over. And I got my head down. I'm doing laps like I'm trying to warm up for the game. I can see him in my peripheral. And I'm like, I can't go over to this guy. He's calling me over, like waving me, hey, wait, he doesn't know. He didn't know any better. Like he should have known better, I guess.
Dude, I played in London against the Knights one time, and the door opens, and it's my Uncle Norm in London, and he's got a giant bushel of apples for me. And I
love
dude,
it.
my uncle was awesome.
Oh, the best.
But I was
totally
like,
innocent. But it's
I'm
still
totally
like,
innocent, but I'm like, you cannot wheel into this locker room right now with a bushel of apples.
Yeah.
No, I remember
It's not
calling my dad and be like, Dad, you're not going to believe what happened down here. Because he wasn't at the game. I'm like, he was over the boards and 6 foot, like a giant.
Just a monster hanging over the
monster.
board.
Yeah.
And
The best, you guys know the
waving.
story up in the Sioux where they knock on the door and they're like, "Oh, dog, your uncle's here." And I'm like, I do not have an uncle in the Sioux.
Yeah.
They open the door and this guy's pissed himself drunk and falls down face first. And I'm like, get this guy out of here. He's
Get
not
him
my uncle.
out of here.
Yeah,
Who
he
is
was
that guy?
oh my God, the guy was so wasted. And I said, that's not my uncle, but thanks a lot. Don't you do any kind of security detail around here?
And his last name probably was O'Neill, and he just figured, I'm going for it, man.
Yeah.
He just said, I'm going in there.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Gary O'Neill from Sault Ste. Marie. I'm going in, and I'm going to give it a shot. And maybe it's true. Maybe there is some sort of a connection somehow. Oh, man.
Bushel of apples.
Yeah, the bushel. That's the best.
And
So
he was so honest.
necessary.
He told his wife before he left, I'm going to take them to Jeff.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Exactly.
take
Yeah,
them.
I
guy.
brought him on the bus. We ate him on the bus, but it was like I think we lost or something, and it was like you can't bring the apples in.
Yeah. Bushel, that's exactly what he was thinking. Oh, he's a young kid. He's living away from home.
Yeah,
he loves these apples.
apples.
Yeah, he used to eat them all the time back in the day. I got to find a way to get him these apples. Anyway, all right, so we got Game 4 tonight, Oilers Stars. Is this a must? Do you think this is a must-win for Dallas?
Absolutely, man.
I do.
Kind of feels like
also-
it.
1-1 period.
Yeah, I also want to ask, we won't see it, will we? If I was playing for Edmonton, do you think Corey Perry would be chopping that Hintz on the top of the laces?
Ooh, that's the thing. This is one of those times where the injury, you can't hide it. Everyone knows what he's dealing with, but you'd like to actually hide this one.
Yeah, because he's going to have probably one of those plastic guards on it. But if you could take a piece of him off a draw or in front of the net or whatever, would you not, maybe I'm...
Oh, Jamie, do you remember back in the day where if you dropped your glove and you wanted to be a hero and play the shift, someone would chop your fingers right off?
Exactly.
It was mandatory. If you dropped your glove, it didn't matter if Wayne Gretzky was on a breakaway. You're picking your glove up and you're putting it on.
Yeah.
Because somebody would chop your hand right off. But with all the cameras and all the spotlight and how greasy that would be, I don't know if somebody wants to be doing that.
I mean,
I mean, somebody might, but they're going to have a whole bunch of questions if somebody... it would be a Corey Perry move to go up and just absolutely chop him on the foot and act like nothing happened.
it's
Or he
Corey
didn't know what
Perry
he
or
was
Vander
doing.
Kane. It's one of those guys that goes, or it's Darnell Nurse again, and goes, I'm gonna because people lost in all of that is Hintz cross-checked Nurse first. So he was actually they were in a battle in front of the net. So Nurse didn't like that, chops him on the feet. But if I'm in a battle and Hintz is a top tier player, that's his left foot. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
20 years ago, that left foot would have to be wrapped in a cast to play. Tonight, I don't know if he might have the shot protectors on it, but don't you think he would be fair game?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's he got 2 minutes for that.
Yes.
He didn't even get a 5-minute penalty. So, this is one where I could see goalies giving him a whack. If he's in the crease and Skinner can get him, I could see him getting him.
I mean, Joe from the Bridge has put in the group chat, which is a good point. The Kings a couple years ago were going after Draisaitl's ankle when they knew he had the high ankle sprain.
Yeah, and that's even tougher because I don't think it's as delicate a high ankle sprain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like to be tapped, like it would hurt, but like if you have a broken bone and someone touches that, it's excruciatingly painful.
Man.
Yeah.
Like excruciatingly painful. Where a sprain, I think, is different in terms of like, yeah, you're trying to make them uncomfortable, but to hack at a foot that's broken, if you get it, that guy is going to be in so much pain.
Well,
like,
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if guys are wired that way, but that's something that I've got my eyes on tonight.
It would be so greasy. Like, it would be actually pretty easy to do in a scrum or something. You just absolutely chop down on his foot. But I don't know if anybody... You would think that somebody would be interested in doing that, but it's pretty greasy, and I don't know if somebody would do it.
And furthermore, if you're going to use the old school analogy, you're right. But the other old school analogy will be someone on Dallas saying, I'm going to sucker punch McDavid if you touch hits.
Yeah, you're right.
So you can touch him if you want, but that means 97's free game, and I'm going to kill him tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
well, that would be easy for Jamie Benn to say right to their bench right before puck drop. You guys want to go near Hintz's foot? I'm going to grab Connor McDavid and dummy his ass. So what do you want to do? You want to party? Let's party.
You make up your mind. We can go play, and whatever happens, happens. But if you intentionally go after Hintz in the foot, go for it. But McDavid, see what's coming.
Yeah.
You know, that's the tit for tat.
It is. I mean, but Edmonton, that one thing, they've got some, that Frederick, that Kane, they've got some guys who can handle themselves
too. Man.
Like that's the one thing. I'll tell you this. You guys, I don't know if you watched intently last night's game because it was a little bit of a sleeper. This Sebastian Aho, I was disappointed. Like, there was a time he was on the penalty kill, and he had an opportunity to go in the corner and win a 50-50 battle. He pulled up short, and they kept the puck in. I was, like, flabbergasted. And, you called them a little light, that team? Like, that would drive Rod Brind'Amour nuts. Like, that's a 50-50 battle. He can get that puck out. He intentionally let the Florida Panther player get the puck instead of him grabbing that and taking a hit to make a play because he didn't want to get hit.
Well, who the hell do you think Roddy's talking about where he said Jordan Staal and Martin can't be our best players? Rookies can't be our best players.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Directly at him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I was glad that Carolina got one. Freddie looked good. Like it was, but it just, I thought to him, I made a mental note of that. I was like, man, that just was not, that's one in the video room. If you show that, like he wouldn't, it's embarrassing.
Yeah,
that's really what it is. I didn't like it.
Well, let's see what comes of it tonight, and obviously Game 5 tomorrow.
Yep.
Florida, Carolina. All right, we'll come back with our best bets. Powered by FanDuel. Overdrive continues. TSN 1050 and on YouTube Live.